Hi guys, it is Mr. Fed. Welcome back to the channel. I am back in the man cave. Today I thought I would make a video about my experiences as a middle-aged man playing Madden 26 on the Nintendo Switch 2 as a complete rookie novice. Now, the last Madden game I played on a Nintendo console was Madden 95 on the Super Nintendo. This is some 31 years ago. Now, I always thought I was a bit of a dab hand at Madden. I was really good at Madden 95. I used to win quite a lot of games. So I was really looking forward to kind of owning my first Madden game on a Nintendo console in, as I say, 31 years. Now, to put that into perspective, I did have a Nintendo 64, but I don't know if there were any Madden games released for the Nintendo 64. And if there were, then I certainly didn't own any for whatever reason, because I was always a big fan of Madden on the Super Nintendo. I think I had Madden 93, I think my friend had 94, and then I kind of picked up 95 sort of late on. The next console that came out was the GameCube. I didn't own a GameCube because when the GameCube came out, I was at university doing my undergraduate degree, so I was as poor as dirt. The next console was the Nintendo Wii, and I didn't have a Nintendo Wii either because I was at university again doing my postgraduate degree, and again I was poor as dirt. But outside of that, when I was at university, I was not really interested in playing video games. I was much more interested in going out drinking and courting, if you know what I mean. So I did buy a Wii U, but there was no Madden games released on the Wii U outside of Madden 13, which was released in North America. Now, obviously, owning a European Wii U, there was still region fixes, wasn't there? So you couldn't play North American titles on European consoles. Then I got the Switch. Now the Switch is region free, but even in North America, no Madden game was released on the Nintendo Switch. So by happenance and chance and circumstances, there hasn't been a Madden game I've played on Nintendo since Madden 95. So I couldn't wait to play Madden 26. 26. Let's just say this, it was an absolute rude awakening, wasn't it? I mean, Madden 26, well, check your dignity at the door. This is a massively complex game, and I know American football. As you can probably see in the background there, I've got my man cave sign up there. I am a lifelong Philadelphia Eagles fan. I used to be a lifelong suffering Philadelphia Eagles fan, but we've not been suffering so much recently, having won a couple of Super Bowls in the span of about 5 years. I'm also wearing my Eagles top, and I painted me man cave green in the colour of the Philadelphia Eagles. So I do know a bit about football. You know, I know about shotguns and I formations. I do know a little bit about cover 2, cover 3 defenses, blitz. I do know the difference between nickel and dime defenses. So it's not like I don't know my football, but this game is incredibly complex in terms of the the adjustments you have to make at the line of scrimmage. It is so complicated, in fact, that for the first time in about 20 years, I found myself having to do homework. There we go, there's my Madden 26 homework. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. It does make sense to me, but that's not all. Look, we've got another page here as well. Look, more homework. I actually had to sit down and study playbooks, study the tutorial, and actually make some notes, because even though I understand like offense defense formations, calling audibles that you need to actually succeed in the game requires you to sort of press buttons and toggle joysticks at the line of scrimmage. But when I got to the line of scrimmage and I had to call my audible, I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the audible in the game, so I've had to write them down. And even now, I'm sort of looking at, do I want to call a pass or run play audible? Do I want to call a pass protection, or do I want all my receivers out, in the open field trying to sort of catch the ball? And by the time I actually get round to calling my audible, my opponent snapped the ball, and he's either sacked me for a massive loss, or if he's on offense, then he's picked up chunk chunk yardage play. So I'm still trying to learn all the audible commands. Now, I haven't won a single game of Madden 26 yet, not a single game. Online, I haven't won, and I haven't won a game in franchise mode either against the computer. So my franchise at the moment is 0-7, and my online record is, astronomical. It's 0 and could be 1,000 for all I know. Now, a shocking point here, Madden 26 on the Nintendo actually comes with voice chat. Now, there's no options to turn voice chat on the Switch on or off. You are just automatically connected when you go into an online room with the voice chat of your opponent. Now, the Nintendo Switch has a microphone. I'll tell you a funny story about voice chat on Madden 26. I got hooked up with a guy who was, on voice chat. Now, I didn't speak, I didn't say anything, I just stayed silent because I'm just more interested in playing the game. But his voice was coming through loud and clear through my Nintendo microphone, and he was with his son. And his son must have been, I don't know, between the ages of about 4 and 5. Now, the dad was obviously giving me an absolute pasting, and I think sometime in the fourth quarter I heard his son say, "Dad, can I have a go?" And I was like, "Oh no, please do not pass the remote control to this four-year-old, 5-year-old toddler, who probably has a sponge for a brain. I can't take any more humiliation." So, I heard all that. Dad said, pass the controller to his son, thought that, the game had been won, he'd done enough damage. And, I heard like the son input some controls into the controller. And I think I ran a run play, and sure enough, he sort of sacked me behind the line of scrimmage for like a 10-yard loss. And the dad was jubilantly cheering his 4-5-year-old child at this great defensive play, and the son was obviously cheering, and the humiliation and the loss of dignity and the emancipation came through loud and clear through my Nintendo Switch 2 microphone. I think the only way you can turn off voice chat is by going into your actual Nintendo Switch 2 settings and reducing the volume there, because in the actual settings in Madden, there doesn't seem to be any controls for it. So you have to actually do it through your Nintendo Switch 2 settings by reducing the volume of A, what your microphone picks up, and B, what your microphone kind of gives out. So it's a nice feature to have if you're into voice chatting in your online games. I am with people I know, but I'm not so much into it with people I don't know. But yeah, if that 5-year-old or that dad is watching this video, well done. You and your son completely humbled me. The worst loss I've had on this game is an absolute thrashing, 62-0. I mean, I didn't even get a first down, not one first down. The guy didn't even throw me like a sympathy bone and let me get a first down just to give me that some sort of sense of progress or some sort of sense of achieving anything. So I am desperately practicing this game, even though I know a lot about football. It's not a transfer. My knowledge of the NFL and my knowledge about American football doesn't seem to be a transferable skill into actual gameplay mechanics. So I've got a friend coming around this afternoon for beers. He's a big Madden fan as well. We are going to try and tackle this together and try and improve it. We're going to, continue to add to our homework assignments. And the vow is, I've already played about 20-25 hours. The vow is to win one game in the next 20 hours of playing Madden 26. As far as it goes, I mean, I've had no problems with it. Yes, the online does seem to drop out quite a lot, but I mean, I think that goes across PlayStation and Xbox as well. I don't think that's necessarily an issue isolated to the Nintendo Switch. The game itself, I found really smooth. I've had no problems, no glitches, no issues with it at all. I think the graphics look great. I think it's a really competent port. And if you are an American football fan and you are a Nintendo fanboy like me, I would be jumping at the chance to pick this up, because I've really, you know, despite getting my ass handed to me time and time and time again, I am really enjoying this game. So those are my kind of... It's better, isn't it? So those are my kind of thoughts really about Madden 26. I just wanted to drop that video. Just to say, I think it's worth it. I've had a great time with this game. So there we go. The Mr. Fed seal of approval for Madden 26, even though the difficulty level is off the charts. So that's it, guys. Just wanted to tell you about that. A few funny stories. I will see you in the next video.